Good morning, friends. In the last few lectures, we studied second unit, that is design of the spur gears and design of the helical gears. So that's why today, means after completion of the design of the spur gears and design of the helical gears, today I am starting design of the bevel gears and design of the worm gears. So the means unit third. So that is design of the bevel gears. So in the bevel gears, when the shaft is bevel gear, when the shaft is perpendicular to each other or intersecting. So generally intersecting in the some of the cases may be perpendiculars. This is popular because three types of the arrangement. So intersecting, this is important, intersecting at each other. So in the helical gears and bevel gears, helical gears and spur gears, the shafts are parallel to each other. Yes, it may be perpendicular and intersecting. Intersecting is may be perpendicular. Basically, two types of bevel gear. One is straight bevel gear and second is spiral bevel gears. So these are the popular gears. So in the straight bevel gears, here suppose this is gears and so here's teeth are straight. So here's teeth are straight. In the spiral bevel gears and pinions also, here's straight pinions. So type of the pinions. So that is also straight matching pinions. So type of the arrangements in the spiral bevel gears. So teeth may be slightly inclined. So this is right hand spiral bevel gear. So here's the matching. This is pinion is the so this is left hand pinions. Matching pinion is the left hand. So here's this means likewise at a time. So this is noisy. Straight bevel gear is noisy and this is smooth as compared to straight bevel gears, and this is contact ratio is more than 1.25. So here at a time more than 1 to means two teeth may be in contacts, and this is can we use at high speeds and more power transmission as compared to straight bevel gear. So the power transmitting capacity of the spiral bevel gear is more as compared to power transmitting for the same size and for same number of the teeth. So power transmitting capacity of the spiral bevel gear is more, but this is constructions, design and constructions. It's complicated and manufacturings of spiral bevel gear is costly. So this because of the this right hand side. So this manufacturing of the spiral bevel gear is costly as compared to bevel gears, but for the same size. So this power transmitting capacity is good and means as compared to straight bevel gears. So this is more beneficial as compared to straight bevel gears. So that's why this is popular, but this is costly, and material for the gears that is generally maybe cast irons. So this is the popular materials for gears, and teeth are hardened. So teeth are hardened. So any gears teeth should be hardened. Then and then only that give more lives. And if the teeth are not hardened, so that gear may be failures within short period of the times, that may be within few minutes or within hours also. So that's why hardening is important for the gears. So and for the cast iron material is cheap and that is easy for castings. So after that you can harden, and before hardening machining of the teeth, and after machining means that may be grindings or that may be shapings, and after that hardening is important. So this is bevel gears types. So again in the bevel gears, so according to the its angles, basis of the pitch angle, so if means pitch angle is less than 90 degree, that gear are called as external bevel gears. And if pitch angles is equal to 90 degree, that gears are called as crown bevel gear. And third of the type of the when a pitch angle is greater then 90 degree, that gear are called as internal bevel gear. So in the first we will see pitch angle is less than, suppose this is a gears, and these angles and another bevel gears. So both are intersecting. So here this is suppose straight bevel gears. So this is this angle gamma is less than 90 degree. This is the pitch angles less than 90 degree, or these angles, or you can say this angle is gamma, or otherwise this angle, this is gamma. So this is first type of the gears. Pitch lines means this is when the angle is less than. In crown gears means second type, CRO, crown bevel gear. So in crown bevel gears, and so this is pinion and this is gear. So this is, so this angle is so this is 90 degree, gamma equal to 90 degree. And in this is third type of the greater than 90 degree. So here and this is so actually this is likewise. So this is gamma. And yes, so this is pinion. So this angle is more than 90 degree. So such type of the gears are called as internal gears. So this is hashing, and these are the teeth, and this is also teeth. So these are the basically three types of the bevel gears, means when the angle is 90 degree. So and another one gear means popular gear is called as meter gears. So in the meter gear, so here's in the meter gears, both pinion as well as gear are identical. So in the meter gears, both are identical. Suppose this is one bevel gear. So this angles, this is also 45 degree, and this angle is also 45 degree. So both angles are 45 degree, having same number of teeth, module, addendum, dedendum, and means other parameters, and speed of both gears also same. So these gears are called as meter gears. So both are perpendicular to each others, and its pitch angle is 45 degree. So that gears are called as meter gears. So multiple choice questions may be asked. In the meter gears, what is the pitch angles? So that is 45 degree, having same modules, same number of the teeth, modules, face width, etc. Means all its dimensions, all dimensions are same. All dimensions are same in the meters gears. So meter gear means that is nothing but the identical bevel gears. So in the bevel gears, now terminology of the bevel gears. So in bevel gears, suppose this is a bevel gear. So this is called as its cone center. And this is called as apex above of the bevel gears are called as cone center. An angle made and these all teeth which are meeting, so this is called as the cone, pitch cone. So that is called as pitch cone. So in the pitch cone, pitch cone is imaginary, is an cone. The surface of which contains the pitch lines of the pitch lines of all teeth in bevel gear. So this is called pitch cone, and pitch center means pitch center. The apex of the pitch cone, the apex of pitch cone is called as cone center. Cone distance is the length of pitch cone element. It is also called as cone radius. So this is nothing but the A0 and notation A0. So this is important. Cone distance is very important. Pitch angle so that's why now no need about these figures, because for pitch angles we require different figures. So this is cones are called as back cone, and this is pitch center, and these angles are called as pitch angle. The angle that the pitch line makes with the axis of gear is called as pitch angle. So others are now these angles subtended. So these angles are called as addendum angle. Addendum angles, and these angles, this is called denendum angle, and these angles, angle subjected, this is called face angle, and angle mates. So these angles are called as a root angle. So this is not that much importance, but you should know what is mean above the face angle, what is mean above the root angles. This is called, B is the face width, and this is called back cone, and this is called capital D, and this distance is the radius above the bevels. So this is the radius and this is called, from this distance is the RB. RB is the back cone distance. So this is not that much important. So only is the face width, this pitch angles. So this is pitch angle. So this is important, gamma, and this face width, and this is A0. This distance is the A0. So this is the cone distance. So this is very important in the terminology of the bevel gears. So next is the beam strength. So after that, So in the terminology, I guess we require this for understanding about the sum of the relations. We require in this figures we requires so this is pitch angle. And suppose this imaginary spur gear. So this is equivalent formative spur gears. So for the design we require the profiles, and for the profiles, understanding about the profiles, we require this is the that is equivalent of the formative spur gears. Likewise helical gears means imaginary spur gears, and this distance is the cone distance A0, this is B face width, and this is RB, this is C. Now suppose we taken this point as A, this is C, and this point as a B point, this is A point. And we join this. So this is RB. So RB is the pitch radius of imaginary spur gear, and Z is the dash is the number of teeth of imaginary spur gear. Or this gear is called as this gear are called as formative or virtual number of teeth. So Z dash equal to Z into RB divided by M. Z dash equal to Z multiplied by RB and divided by M is the modules, and Z is actual number of teeth. So this is equal to D divided by M. Suppose this equation is the B. Now Z dash divided by Z's, Z RB divided by M multiplied by M and divided by D. So this will get cancelled. So this is 2RB, this is not, this is 2RB. So Z dash divided by Z equal to 2RB and divided by D. So this equations is the C equations. Now from triangle ABC, from triangle ABC, since angle BCA equal to sin BCA, front side AB divided by diagonal AC. So AB equal to D by 2 and AC equal to RB. Or sin 90 minus gamma equal to D by 2 divided by RB. So that's why RB equal to D divided by 2 cos gamma. So this is because this angle is the gamma and this angle is equal to sin 90 minus gamma. This angle is equal to, because this is perpendicular. So that's why 2 cos gamma, and this equation is the D. Now by putting RB equal to D divided by 2 cos gamma in equation C. So Z dash divided by Z equal to 2 into D divided by cos gamma multiplied by D. So this will get cancelled and this D also will get cancelled. So Z dash equal to cos gamma. So this is the important relations. Z dash equal to is number of the imaginary teeth. So in the helical gears, this is Z dash equal to number of the teeth and divided by that is tan cube psi. So similarly here, this is cos psi. I think right, cos cube psi. So here's now suppose here's again we have to use both gears, means pinion as well as gears. So this is teeth and this is pinion. This is hollow portions for inserting above the shaft. So this angle is the gamma and this is equal to, suppose, beta. This angle's beta. So this is a pair of bevel gear. Pair of bevel gears. So this is requires for the calculations of the number of teeth on the pinions and number of the teeth on the gears. What is the relations? Beta is pitch angle of gear and gamma is pitch angle of pinion. So this is both are bevel. So from triangle, suppose this is O, this is A and this is B point. From triangle OA, B, line AB perpendicular to OB, line AB perpendicular to OB. So that's why tan gamma equal to AB divided by OB. So this is equal to, because this is equal to, if this is pinion and this is gear, so this is dP divided by 2 and this distance is the dz divided by 2. So that's why dP divided by 2. So this is the, it's diametral divided by 2 and this is dz divided by 2. So that's why you can write dP divided by dz equal to z m number of teeth for pinions and m number of teeth for gears. So this is tan gamma equal to important relations ZP divided by Zg. This is important relations. And similarly, tan beta equal to, so this is Zg divided by Zp. Zg divided by Zp. Now this alpha plus beta equal to pi by 2. So that's why equal to cone distance equal to AB squares plus OB squares. So AB equal to AB squares, AB equal to dP divided by 2 squares plus this is dG divided by 2 squares. So that's why A0 equal to dP by taking half dP squares plus dG squares, cone distance equal to. So this is important relations, half dP squares plus dG squares. And another important relations here, so this ratio A0 equal to, this is, or B equal to face width equal to, this is A0 divided by 3, or B equal to 10 yms, which is smaller. So out of these two relations, B equal to A03 or B equal to 10 yms, which is smaller, so that relations we have to use. So this is also important. This is Zj, Z divided by cos gamma, tan gamma equal to Zp divided by Zg, and A0. This is important terms that we can use in the design of the Buell gas. So due to the limitations of the times, because when we started, beam strength above the Buell gas and wear strength above the Buell gas and effective load above the wear strength, so that 3 points is to be taken simultaneously. So that's why due to the limitations of the times, I stop here, and in the next class we will see what is the beam strength above the, how you can we can calculate the beam strength above the Buell gas. So that is basic equations is that equations sigma B into B multiplied by M into Y. But this B is the face width, this is related above the material above the strength sigma B, that is equal to sigma UT divided by 3, that is remains same. But face width equal to, we have to consider A0 divided by 3 or B equal to 10 yms. And for gamma equal to, so that is the Lewis-Tooth factors, that is Y means we consider that is capital Y. So capital Y equal to or Y dash. So here's again we have to calculate the number of the teeth on the formative gears. Means if the 20 degree is the pressure angles, so according to that Zp dash number of the teeth, so Z divided by Zg. So by using that equations means Y equal to, we have to use 0.154.912 divided by Z dash. So these equations, so here is in the beam strength sigma B into B into M into Y. So this B is change and this M's, so this M equal to, you can consider this is B equal to this relations or this, and this is not M, so here's this is change Y equal to, and wear strength, in the wear strength equations dP dash BQ K. So K equal to that remains same. That is sigma ES endurance strength multiplied by sin alpha cos alpha plus 1 divided by EP divided by 1 plus EG and divided by 1.4 when the materials for the pinions and gears is different and then the steels. And if the material is steels, so that times you can use 0.16 in bracket BHN divided by 100 bracket squares. Calculations above this K. Q equal to, again same, but this dp dash, this is only different, and in the bevel gears, because both pinions and gears both are cantilever types, so here means hanging, overhanging types. So because of that, only 75% above the theoretically for the design purpose, 75% above the teeth which are in contact, so that's why this is 0.75 into dp dash BQK. I think this is cos psi. So this is the wear strength equations. Cos gamma and effective loads. So that effective load equal to CS into PT divided by CV, that is the initial loads, and final loads equal to CS multiplied by PT plus dynamic loads. So that we will see in the next class, what is the design procedures for the bevel gears. So that we will see in the next class. So due to the limitations of the times, I will stop here and we will continue what is the design procedures of the bevel gears in the next class. And if we have times, then we can take one problem, small problems related with the bevel gears. I think you scores in the surprise test, satisfactory scores in the surprise test. I think near about 25 students scores more than scores 10 marks, and I think 8 to 10 students scores 9 marks, and few students scores 8 marks, but only 1 2 students scores 3 or 5 marks. So and total number of the students that given surprise test, I think 40 number of the students that given the surprise test. So that is also good things. So because surprise test first and surprise test and midterms exams is important, because for that examinations you will get 40 marks. Out of 100 means 40 marks, 10 marks for surprise test first, 10 marks for surprise test second, and for midterms 20 marks. So that's marks important. So please try to give so any subject surprise test first, second, surprise test and midterm examination. That is very important for your academic record point of view. Thank you.